Past tenses, imperfect, perfect, and pluperfect by Helen Jenks. What are they? The past tenses happen in both the active and the passive voice and are used to convey actions that happen in the past. They are 3 of the 6 verb tenses. They are made up of the imperfect tense, the perfect tense, and the pluperfect tense. Each have their own set of endings in which verbs can be conjugated and translated. The imperfect tense. The imperfect tense is used to convey an incomplete action that took place in the past. It is used for both continuous and habitual actions in the past. It is translated by adding the word was or were in front of the verb with an ing attached to the stem. The endings are as follows: bom, bos, bot, bomus, botus, bont. In order to correctly translate the imperfect tense, you must select the second principal part of the verb you wish to conjugate. After you do that, you cross off the re from the end and attach one of the endings to the stem of the verb. There are different vowels used for verbs of different conjugations. For the first conjugation, an a is put before the ending. For the second and third, an e, and for the fourth, an ie. An example of a correctly translated imperfect word is I'm bom, which means I was loving. Here's an example in a sentence. Mater mei cum me patre ambulabat. My mother was walking with my father. The verb ambulare, which means to walk, is correctly conjugated to the third person singular, referring back to the mother. The perfect tense. The perfect tense in Latin is used to show a completed action that happened in the past. It is usually translating by adding an ed onto the end of the verb, or sometimes including the word have. The endings are as follows: e isti it, imus istis erunt. In order to correctly translate the perfect tense, you must select the third principal part of the verb you wish to conjugate. After that, you cross off the I and add the ending to the stem of the verb. 2 examples of a correctly translated perfect word are dederunt and vocavisti, which translates as they gave, they have given, or you called / you have called. Here's an example in a sentence. Dea patriam Italiae amavit. The goddess loved the country of Italy. The verb amare, which means to love, is correctly conjugated in the third person singular, which refers back to the goddess. The pluperfect tense. The pluperfect tense is only used in Latin when the action being completed happened prior to that of another action. In English, the verb is translated with the word had in front of it. The endings are as follows: eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant. In order to correctly translate the pluperfect tense, you must select the third principal part of the verb you wish to conjugate, and then cross off the I from the end of it and add the ending you want to the stem of the verb. An example of a correctly translated pluperfect word is veneratus, which means you, plural, had come. Here's an example in a sentence. Puelle in via heri carerant. The girls had run in the street yesterday. The verb carere, which means to run, is correctly conjugated in the third person plural, referring back to the girls. Now try practicing these on your own. Milites qui in bello pugnabant, fortem ducam conspexerant. Avis circa silvam volabat, mures agitans. Here are the answers to the sentences. The soldiers who were fighting in the war caught sight of the brave leader. The bird was flying around the forest, hunting mice. Were fighting is the imperfect tense, and caught sight of is the perfect tense. Was flying is the imperfect tense. Thank you for watching.